It is the Link Show. Greetings, good day,
Good day,
welcome to the Link Show. My name is Dould.
And this is Rhoda, and that is
Kevin.
Kevin.
So thank you very much for joining us. Very excited, of course, to do the Link Show. Firstly, let me just say, everything you need to know about Northlink, of course, and this will definitely make your tertiary institution of choice. We've got it all here for you. We've got the experts.
That is so right. And today our experts will be in the IT, the sport, drama, and clothing production, Dougal, which I simply love. And then we will have one of our students, you know, we always like to hear the proof was in the pudding.
Yeah.
One of our students telling us about their clothing production and the experiences.
Oh, so this is certainly exciting. And it is an interactive show, Rhoda.
Oh, yes, definitely. So don't forget, you need to send those questions so we can ask these experts online and give you answers immediately.
Yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. So it is really fantastic. So we're going to do all of that, and we look really forward to your questions, of course, that you will ask, and we'll gladly pose those for you to the experts. It is that simple. TVET month, Northlink, this is what it's about. And I think we need to start off with IT today. I think that is where we need to focus. We've got a jam-packed show for you today, so lots to get covered in the Link Show as we do it always. So really exciting. And we're going to start off with IT. Yes?
That is right. That is what's happening in our modern day today, and this is our new norm, IT.
Yeah, it is, certainly is. And if we just take a little moment and we just put things into perspective, pandemic came along all of a sudden to force the world into a sort of sphere of digitization for businesses to remain operational firstly and still deliver their service. This was an important sector of, and even just the things that we need to do on a daily basis.
Daily basis, definitely. Everybody was with Zoom and all these type of meetings, and everybody's like, okay, which one's working? And the IT world had to come forward and say, look here, these are the platforms that you can use.
Yeah, so it is a very, very important platform. It's no longer the new normal, it is the normal. This is how we do things. And let's start off talking about IT, because we know it is a big sector of interest, of course, and a lot of people are into all the details around IT. So that gives us then a great pleasure to welcome our first guest on the Link Show for today, which is Eureka Oliver, who will be joining us today. Eureka, you head of the Department of Occupational Programs. Thank you very much for your time. Welcome to the Link Show. How are you doing?
Hello, good morning, Dougal, and thank you so much for starting off with IT. I think starting off with IT is a great idea since it has such an important role to play. The question you had is why IT, why ICT? And I'm going to start off with, let's look at the abbreviation ICT, Information Communication Technology. So the key here is on communication. So every single company out there has a huge number or mass of data that they have received, that they have to process. And ICT, or the role of IT, is so important in, first of all, doesn't matter what size your business, doesn't matter what you do, you need to record information. Then you need to store that information. Somebody has to manage it, somebody has to verify it, somebody has to retrieve it then, and also manipulate it. So the core of any business in terms of communication and IT is to manage that data. And then also to protect that information and to verify the integrity of that information. And this is directly linked to your customers and providing in your customers' needs. Yeah. And from there, it actually directly leads then to cost saving, your productivity, and overall the efficiency of your business. So in the times we find ourselves, communication is key in any form, whether digital, whether online, and the way to manage, or the person that has to manage that communication in a huge part, the data and the information, is your IT person, your IT technician and expert. So with ICT, the communication part is key for any business. It has such a huge role to play in our daily lives, especially now in terms of COVID, where everything goes digital and online. We rely on ICT. We depend on it for our livelihoods.
And it is so true. Yeah, Eureka, and looking at that overview that you have just given, I mean, this, and just considering this is a very, very popular course at Northlink.
Yes, that's correct. So it's a one-year course. And the reason why it's so popular is this is an international qualification, which means that your credentials is trusted by employers around the globe, literally in 120 countries. So we have for instance, a VUE testing center at Northlink College. So you can in luxury write your international exams there. So as soon as you've passed your CompTIA examinations, and we offer the PC Technician and Networking Plus course, which has 2 CompTIA modules and Networking Plus CompTIA. As soon as you write that exam, you immediately get a digital badge.
Okay.
And that digital badge is actually your showcase. And you can share it online or you can share it with future employers. And that verifies your credentials. So long are the days where you have a piece of paper in your hand. This
Yes.
any company around the globe can go to your digital badge and verify which qualifications you have obtained. Sometimes parents come in and ask, Ms. Olivier, please print a certificate. And then I tell them, I'm not called Billy and my surname is not Gates. Because these are Microsoft verified qualifications that it's international. So in terms of what is required by employers is they prefer international credentials because there's a certain standard globally. And when you write these exams, the integrity of the exams is on an international level.
Yeah, Eureka, and if we just break it down for mom and dad, and just break it down for me quickly. Let's just move back. So you're talking about their accreditations, which is brilliant. But when we look at the PC Technician and we look at the differences quickly, what is a PC? What is the difference then between a PC Technician and the network course? What is there a difference there?
Yeah.
Yes, that is a very good question, Dougal. First of all, if we look at the PC Technician, there's 2 components. The first component is A+ Core 1 and Core 2, and that is your hardware and your software components. Now, in the past, when you think IT technician, you think about this guy running around with a toolkit, pulling on cables. Those days are gone. You are now a virtualized problem solver. You have to go do cloud computing. And very important, people's computers are their mobile devices. So you have to manage mobile devices and all the virtualization that has to do with that, the operating systems, etc. So your PC Technician, although hardware and software is still a very big part of it, it has been digitalized in terms of networking, the clouding, etc., and software. So that's the one side of it, the PC Technician side. The Networking Plus is very much sought after. That focuses on configuring and managing company networks, and you will also then work with switches and routers. There's a huge demand. You can just Google and look online. There's a very big demand for networking engineers. And what's also great about CompTIA is even if you have passed, if you've done this 1-year course and you've passed these 3 international qualifications, you can add on for the rest of your life to your qualifications. You can continue to do Linux. You can do Security Plus and add on. You can do cloud computing. So you can always better your own digital qualification badge, if I can call it that.
Yeah, and we're going to get to that digital qualification badge. I like that. I want one of those. So we definitely like it. But we got, and definitely by just what you're saying, I mean, we can definitely see that there's huge interest, Rhoda.
Yes, definitely.
And not just that, there's also a huge demand, and that is where we're moving towards. Also, there's quite a number of people who's, of course, watching us. And if you got the questions, by all means, we've got Eureka Olivier with us. And we're talking IT, Head of Department of Occupational Programs at Northlink. So a couple of comments quickly. Just I want to greet some of our viewers as well. So Jabbar Kasim Muhammad, hello, he says, can't wait for it. Also says, thank you very much for providing a South African Sign Language interpreter. Our biggest pleasure. Then Kaylin Barnhill is there as well. And also we've got, it has just quickly moved up, Dalton Ausen. There we go,
That's right.
Dalton Alson, yes. And Dalton, keep watching the Link show because, yeah, we will delve into that topic as well. Keep
As
watching
well.
it, yes.
That's
But there's
right.
so much that we wanted to find out, Rhoda.
That's right. So for me at this point, it is, you know, what you expect to learn, because obviously all the kids, everybody, the families are sitting out there. They want to know, can you elaborate a bit more on the content that will be covered in your syllabus?
As I've just explained to you, the A+ component is hardware and software and diagnostics,
Okay.
and then there's cloud computing. I don't want to talk too much jargon. And virtualization, the networking side will refer to configuration, managing networks, focusing on switches and on routers. And these skills and abilities will allow you, they're very much in demand, and they will allow you to apply for positions that requires these CompTIA qualifications.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So now looking at the course, so how long will it take for you to qualify as a PC technician?
This is a 12-month course, or 1-year course, in which you do 3 individual examinations, and then you also do ICDL. You do 7 modules for ICDL as well. But the duration is 1 year, and 1 academic year, that's right.
Okay, all right. Now, obviously, a lot of people will be interested right now in on IT, and I mean, youngsters, and I say youngsters, but I mean any age really, but
Any
people
age.
who are now currently in matric or grade 11 or even 10 who's got a keen interest to it. When we look at what are the prerequisites, what are the skills that you need to have already, let's say at school level, before you consider that maybe an option for a tertiary role or career path or qualification? Are there any sort of things, skill sets that a learner might need?
Yes, Dougal, that's a good question. So first of all, you only need grade 12.
Okay.
You only need grade 12. You should have passed grade 12 with all your different subjects. Then if you are a person that's interested in IT, if you love to communicate, if you're that problem solver, and you like to consult and advise, because a PC technician is a key person in a company, that go-to person. And his role has become even more important during COVID, because you are the link to communication, the link between phones, between cell phones, between computers, between all levels of management. So you will be the go-to person. And our top students the last few years have been female students. So don't think that PC technicians, you're going to climb under tables and do cabling. Like I've said, it's been virtualized. So my top students are female students, so which is actually wonderful. And yes, you become a key role player in a company as PC technician. So anybody who thinks you will be great at being that problem solver, that go-to person in a company, and you see yourself as a good communicator, you must also love IT and love to go to think, I always say that IT is ever changing. So if you love technology and you're interested in it, and you like how the internet works and social media platforms, and that interests you, then this is really the way to go. And you can also then do additional courses afterwards. So it won't stop after 12 months. You can better yourself as a future ICT student.
I'm loving it, especially the top of your achievers as ladies. And you know, being the month obviously of August as well, being Women's Month, I'm loving that one as well. Yes, go for it, ladies. So ultimately, they've done the course. You know, that is the end goal of wanting to obviously achieve being an IT or PC technician. And at this point, which career paths are they then available to these students?
There's such a lot of different career paths available. Except for PC technician, you can do computer forensics. There's network technician, network administrator, any computer manufacturing field, and then help desk specialists as well. So those are just to mention a few.
Okay,
cool.
So that is it. You know, Eureka, we could be talking to you for another hour because we know this is a high demand. But I mean, and you might be a little biased, but I want to ask you this. This is definitely one of the most popular courses at Northlink.
Yes, definitely. The reason for that is students get employed. I cannot keep up with the demand of students who have qualified. So I want to put my money on it and say, if you pass your modules, these international modules, there's no reason why you would not be employed. And that is key to the IT qualifications it's relevant, it's current, it's updated every 3 years, it's international. So it is a key for you to be employed. That is one of the strong suits of the IT qualification.
I love that.
Definitely.
I love that. Now, just to recap quickly, and will be my final question, unless Rhoda's got anything. How do you apply? And just remind us, I know you said grade 12, you got to pass everything from the school side, but just remind us quickly in terms of admission requirements and how do you apply?
You only have to pass grade 12, and you can apply online on the Northlink website.
As simple as that.
I think I have got one question, just a quick one. So, and I know there's a lot of students out there that schools don't obviously do IT, or because there is a class, some schools that actually give you IT classes as well. So if I'm a student, I've got no IT knowledge, I actually have never worked with a PC, this is not an obstacle for me. I can still use my matric certificate as long as I've got my matric.
Rhoda, that's a good question. We start off with digital literacy. So even if you come from a very small town in the Karoo and you have never touched the mouse, we will start off with digital literacy. So it's not a prerequisite to have any computer knowledge or have computers as a subject. We will start off to get you to teach you the basics before we start with the international qualification.
Excellent. I wouldn't want the kids to come there and think there's going to be a mouse and then they're working with a mouse.
Eureka, all of you, thank you so much for talking to us about all things IT and Northlink, and we hope you're going to be as busy as ever.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. So that's Eureka Olafir. So she's the head of Department of Occupational Programs. You know, there's a lot of things she said
There's
there.
a lot.
Firstly, we all know that this sector, this industry, when it comes to ID, is doing this.
Oh, yes.
We'll probably do that, and that's where we will be.
And that's where we're going to be, because this is the future. Everything, our cell phones, our apps, our laptops, our PCs, it's evolving, and it's constantly evolving every single day. There's something new out there.
And there's another thing.
Technology.
I mean, she mentioned there, you know, what you need in order to do it. Also, she mentioned 12 months, 1 year.
1 year.
That is it. So that can also add as a basis. And no wonder that this is one of the most sought after courses you'll
as
find.
well. And I think best for students as well and parents to actually go and find out, because obviously there's not just the PC technician, there is the IT, there's all these things that she had mentioned. You're obviously going to feel your way and find out which is actually going to help you. And this is what you're going to basically do after that course.
Yeah.
You know?
So once again,
done.
thank you very much to Eureka Olafir, of course, for sharing all of that. We're going to move on to our next expert, though, because something that is close to all of our hearts. And we'll be talking to Thurlow Jonker next. And you might be asking, well, what are you going to talk to him about? Well, and let me tell you right now, if you are sitting there and you're thinking sport, this is your line, then get ready, because you might have a question or a comment, and we can pose that to Thurlow straight away.
Oh, yeah.
So absolutely brilliant to have Thurlow with us. We're talking sport. We're going to find out the courses that is offered in that specific sector. And Thurlow Jonker is the program manager, acting, drama, IT, sport. Thurlow, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Lekker.
Oh, welcome,
Very
welcome.
Good. How are you?
Hi, can't complain. Just excited to have this platform.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's see. Shoot, I'm ready.
Listen, I'm glad you're
I'm
ready,
ready.
because we want to talk sport here. Now,
Shoot.
correct me if I'm wrong here, this qualification, because there's a big demand for sports, for fitness. I mean, that whole sector, professional sports, whether you're going to be a fitness instructor, and to meet that sort of industry demands, I get the sense that this course was sort of tailor-made for that.
Yes, look, we've got the sport fitness, which is a 2-year course, and they sort of specialize in the exercise specialist arena. So after the 2 years, that puts you, you could do group fitness training, your step, your spinning, as well as you could spin off into personal training as well. So those are the 2 fields there. And then we've obviously got coaching science, and then sport management as well.
Okay. I like that. So those are the courses that is then offered. At Northlink.
Yes, 100% correct.
So to at this point, obviously, this is a course you offer. To apply, one needs to. What's the necessary? What do you need? The requirements to apply for this course.
Oh, we just need you to pass matric. Actually, if you're excited about sport, if you're passionate, that's all we want. We are more than willing to work with you, mold you, shape you, change you into who you would want to be within the sporting sphere. So just with your matric or a level 4 equivalent. That's it. That's all we need.
Are you serious?
I mean, yeah, you don't have to be super fit. I just want to be clear with that, and I jokingly say that as well.
No, we'll make you fit. Don't worry.
We'll make you fit.
We'll make you fit. We've got more than enough time to get you there.
I was actually just going to ask you, I mean, I'm a rugby fan, so I love rugby. So I'm always watching, and you see this massive team. You got your players, and you got this massive team that's obviously assisting them. Is this kind of the guys that we're looking at that assist within a team?
Yes, basically what we cover is you've got your coach, you've got your conditioning coach, you've got your team manager, and we could even throw in a water boy. Course, if you guys want, based on Rassi's way of doing things.
Yeah, you know, don't need much experience there. I agree there. You just need to run with the bottles onto the field and just whisper in the ear.
But Thurlow, you're touching on a very, very important thing, because when we look at professional sports now, and let's say in the advent of professional sports, and especially maybe in South Africa for that instance, it has changed. The support staff is huge. This is, as you've mentioned there is all the technical side, the analyzing games and things. This is just the professional sports vector. But you know, this encompasses everything from personal fitness to everything. And this is the qualification that you need. And when you say that, I mean, it does kind of bring up the topic. Would you then, with the qualification you attain from Northlink, be able to pursue a career anywhere on the planet? Because the big question becomes, with these kind of qualifications, are they then internationally recognized?
Yes, definitely. It's internationally recognized within the, look, we've got a body that calls REPS. They are sort of where all our exercise specialists belong to. So as long as there's a REPS body in that country, the qualification will definitely be recognized. Yes.
Okay. Now, if I just pop it back to the courses that you mentioned earlier. So you said sport fitness. How long is this course?
The sport fitness course specifically is a 2-year course.
Yeah.
So it's broken down into sort of your first year fundamentals and then your second year, your specializations.
Okay. And then
that's how it gets.
And then we've got sports coaching.
So sports coaching, the administration and the management, they are all 1 year courses.
And that would include sports coaching science as well.
Yes, so sport coaching is level 4, NQF4, and then coaching science, you would move into the coaching science, which is the more elaborate part of it. So the coaching is the school level, the varsity level, and then the coaching science would have touched on the elite level.
I like, the science at the elite level.
So there's a lot of students obviously out there that has done some prior learning, you know, regarding this sports science, obviously some management, sports management or coaching somewhere. To further their studies, can they then further their studies, and can I qualify to recognize, wait, Lincoln, just put this again. Can I qualify for recognition of prior learning? That's what the question I want to ask you.
Yes, we've dealt with a few students who already had rugby, soccer, athletics qualifications. So yeah, you bring those qualifications. We sort of have a scale that we apply it, and then we take it to CASITA and we apply for RPL, and which is recognition of prior learning. And then based on the feedback we get from CASITA, we in most cases do accept the students based on that. Yes.
Okay.
I like that. And I want to talk to you quickly, and especially when it comes to employment, because this would be a huge thing as well. You know, people are definitely always considering that, but I just want to acknowledge some of the viewers as well that we have. So Jory Jordan says, very well done, informative show. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for watching as well. Tanaka Shivaka, we see your comment. Thank you for posing that as well. And we hope you get all the information. Just to remind you, of course, the link show, any questions for the experts, we're talking sport, this would be the time.
Oh, yeah.
But now, finding employment in sport and fitness, let's talk about that quickly, Thurlow. What are the career opportunities? I know we mentioned a few with coaching and being support staff, but what are the career opportunities that is available when it comes to sport and fitness?
Well, I'm going to start with the fitness. After you've completed your course, you can obviously articulate into the gyms as a fitness instructor. Right? That would be your entry point. However, you could, depending on how you are and how you sort of act and treat yourself in the gym, you could grow into fitness manager. You could grow into a personal training or group fitness training. So that all depends on how you project yourself within the company, sort of your Virgin Actives, your Zone Fitness, and your Planet Fitness. So it all depends on how you show how you can do things.
So it's easy enough to find employment.
Yeah. Generally, it is easier. It's even now with the pandemic, it's much easier for you to sort of start your own work from home, personal training, one-on-one sessions, open field, do some boot camps as well. So you could work for yourself, or you could work for a company, or both.
Yeah.
And then, am I limited to sports-related jobs with my qualifications?
With the sport fitness courses, yes, you are, because it's very sport specific. However, with the sport management, I'm going to use an example, which is sport facility management. You touch on all the basics or the elements of facility management. So you could articulate into facility management specifically from there if your desire or your interest sort of shifts away from sport and into more facility specific industry.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love that. I can see that there's a high demand for it, because this is something I would gladly just study. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to, you want to be part of the trends and being the movers and shakers. But let me ask you a naughty question. And it really is a naughty question. I want to talk remuneration. Because mom and dad, when they look at this, they're very supportive of assuming, it's a young person that was just finished school. They would like to serve that. But, just tease me. It's a naughty question. When we look at possible salaries, what expectation? What after you qualify? I mean...
Well, yeah, you're looking, especially you've just finished and you're stepping into the sporting sphere, you are looking at between 4,000 and 7,000 rand starting. But that all depends on you, how you project yourself, extra work you do. Are you moving into the group fitness? So you could really earn all the way up to 40,000 rand a month. But again, it depends on you as the individual, how you project yourself. Yeah. So it does come down to your personality. So you have the knowledge from us, but it really is up to you. Yeah. How you get yourself out there.
You know what? And to add to that, I mean, professionalism in sports is constantly expanding. You know what I mean? It is an Olympic year. But all of this, we all know this. So I mean, just imagine you're one of the backroom staff at world-class teams or something. I mean, that is very possible. And this is the kind of qualification that can get you in there. Thurlow Jonker, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for answering our questions. It was absolutely a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, guys. I really enjoyed this. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Pleasure, man.
So, there we've got quite a bit, Rhoda.
Quite a bit. And you know what I love, Dougal, is the fact that, there's this opportunity to actually go into the sports side. So that a lot of parents, like you had said, would have probably said, why sports, And there we go. Look at what they actually get paid. It's all up to you at the end of the day. It can be a career.
Yeah. No, I like that. And we've...
Definitely.
And today on the Link Show, we've covered quite a bit. So we've done IT, sport, and there's huge demand. And I think, and I did say it was a naughty question, but it's an important question.
It is an important question.
Do you know what I mean? You wanna sort of gauge. You wanna know is that what you want? Right. So once again, thank you very much for being there, watching the show, and for your questions and comments. And I see there's been several replies as well. Coming from Northlink questions to several questions that you have asked. And as you know now, we told you what we're going to talk about. We're going to still talk about clothing. So all of that, all your prospective designers out there. Also, we're going to talk about drama, which is where I sit right to the front, because this is something we're very interested in. We're going to talk about that. And we, like you mentioned, we're talking to a student. We want to taste.
Yes,
We want to test.
We want to test.
We want to test. So let's move on and we'll get our next expert on here on the Link Show. So we're welcoming to join us then is Kobus Hannekom. And Kobus Hannekom is a lecturer in performing arts. So this is where we're going. So performing arts, of course, always exciting. So this would encompass everything from acting to dancing, storytelling. What else, Rhoda?
There's so much. That's what we call performing arts, but yeah, as at school they call it drama.
Yeah, Kobus, you'll know all of that. How are you? Thank you very much for your time. Welcome to the Link Show, sir.
Thank you very much. Nou gaan ons konsert hou, né?
Nou kan ons konsert hou, ja.
It's really great talking to you, and we want to get everything because you know we're very expressive. We're all expressive. We all like a good show, and I mean life is really about just creating fantastic moments. And what better way when it comes to art? Now let's get straight into it. Tell us about the qualification, the courses that is offered, and also. Let me start off here because a lot of people might be saying is there still a demand and a need for performing arts trained at TVET level? Let's start off there.
Absolutely. I'm going to give you an example, Dougal. When you finish matric and you've got dramatic arts as a subject, and you do not get university exemption, you're stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea. And that is where we come into play at TVET level. So you've got a second option, and that's following the occupational route. So it's extremely important that we have an open market for hundreds of students trying to find a place where they can do performing arts, and that is where we come into play. It's quite unique because we probably, as far as my knowledge is concerned, the only TVET college in the country that presents performing arts. And we're quite proud of the department and the fact that we can actually house those students.
Brilliant.
I like that. Only place, as far as you know. As far as you say, as far as your knowledge stretches. Which is brilliant.
But if you really look at it, I know of somebody as well that a parent was a bit upset because of the fact that she wanted to do drama after school. So, and now, I mean, the fact that you can actually go study this as well. And one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, because this is a question all of them ask at the end of the day, when they leave school, the difference between actually going to a TVET college, you know, a college or university, you know, what's the difference having to go to Northlink?
You know what, Rhoda, that is the difference between let's say university and what we're doing is definitely the fact that we are geared towards the occupation. We vocational, whereas university obviously would be more academical. I'm not saying that they're just academical and that we only occupational, but certainly the emphasis with us is on practical work. So we can guarantee you that the course that stretched over 2 years, that in that period you will at least perform 10 times in total over the 2 years. And yeah, it's a lot of performances. So we pump them up daily.
It does sound like it. It does sound like it.
I like it.
Now, just in a nutshell, just quickly tell us more about the performing art qualification at Northlink.
Dougal, it's accredited by Pearson London, so it's an international course, and they send out verifiers twice a year to make sure that we're on the right track. Unfortunately, COVID has changed all of that, but it has not stopped our business. It's business as usual, except that we're fortunate to be part of the IT department. so we immediately started going online, and it's business as usual. As long as we stick to the COVID protocols, we are fine at the moment. So we're happy to say that we will make you do practical performances every day of your life.
Brilliant.
Now, I want to touch you on this because I also heard a rumor, and please correct me if I'm wrong here. In terms of you do performing arts, then there seems to be a link with marketing in terms of N4, N5 level. So that's a rumor I heard. I hear things.
You heard right. That used to be the case, but when we switched over to Pearson about 10 years ago, we discovered that inherent in the course is actually a huge marketing component, and it focuses on the students delivering proposals to companies with a marketing plan, a budget. So all of those elements were built into the course, and that is when it was decided that we're going to separate or we're going to let go of the marketing component, the N4, N5, N6, and we also found that very few students managed to cope with both, because it's two full programs, and only your top students manage to do that. But now we find that the emphasis is on the performing arts and not so much on the marketing, but it's still there.
So you get
the background.
Yeah, so you get that, because that is an important backbone. I like that. I like that.
So now,
You can come and join us.
so Cobus, I'm interested in coming to study at Northlink now. What will be, I mean, everybody's obviously, the question is, so what does a student do day to day having to study this?
Lola, we all know the film Fame, and that was shot in Manhattan at the Juilliard School of the Arts, and that is sort of a benchmark of what's happening in our department, because the minute you walk in through the doors, it's absolutely organized chaos. Some of my colleagues find it difficult to understand, but it's really organized chaos. It's students singing and dancing and doing exercises, and because of the passion, it's actually overwhelming at times. And I must admit, our facility actually allows for that. It's slightly separate to the rest of the college, so the noise level is quite high, and but you can see the students' passion being lived, becoming a reality. Yeah. They in and out of the wardrobe, they're in and out of the props room, they're in and out of the dance studio. So all of the facilities get used to the max in an organized but chaotic way, if I may. So that's a normal day at the department.
Quibus, I mean, I like what you're saying, because I visually see that. I actually see just the students doing their thing in the passages, just everywhere, because that is, that is how we learn in a big way as well. But now, let me ask you this. You don't have to tell me, but I'm going to ask you. It will be amiss for me if I don't ask you. So any of the graduates, have they made it in terms of a local or international screen? If any of them have been there, just yes or no, or if you don't want to, I know nobody wants to have your names mentioned, but you can just wink.
You know what, Google, we've been very fortunate. I want to put it to you in this way. We've got two generations. The first generation of performing artists that left the college, they are the guys who ended up in Seven Line. It's your Theodore Yankees and Hildegard White and Maurice Page that ended up in Isidingo. So I refer to them as the first generation. Currently, we've got a completely new generation that's making it big. And the names that you can watch out for is a guy called Alden van der Merwe, the Worskoning from a big shopping center. Advert, that's Alden van der Merwe. He ended up on CakeNet. They wrote him a comedy show for him specifically. He also performed in David Kramer's Danger in the Dark. And I mean, if you have a break with David Kramer, we all know it's all the way to the top. So we're very proud of Alden. And then, of course, that's in terms of stage work. And then there's a television component with Arend's Vlei being filmed just down the road from the college. We are very fortunate that at any given time, we probably have about 6 students in roles in Arend's Vlei. They vary in size, but we're very proud that they are there. They represent the college, and that's what they do. So yes, we've had major successes. We've managed to be nominated for a Most Promising Student Florida Cup Award.
Wow.
And that was quite interesting, because for years I've been sitting at the award ceremony, and you will hear the student nominations, UCT, Stellenbosch, UCT, Stellenbosch, and that year it was UCT, Stellenbosch, UCT, Northlink. So we were very proud of that.
Wow.
Well done.
It's a guy called Dylan Friedrichs. He is from Malmesbury and he's really doing great things at the moment. So we're very proud of Dylan as well.
Brilliant.
You know,
Yeah.
do you know
And of
what?
course, we won the Pearson International Award. And for the best student.
Wow.
And that was one of our old, he was a lecturer at the college eventually, a gentleman called Tyrone Zoutman. And we were all flown in luxury to London to go and receive the award. So yes, we went international.
Right, that is brilliant. And yeah, I was just cheekily asking you, listen, okay, so, you know, you say it's all cool, tell us, and then, my goodness, and I'm sorry I had to stop you because I know it's a long list.
It is so brilliant.
But we got more questions for you.
That
You
is
wanted
right.
to know
I was
something.
getting excited because I think that was probably one of the answers you had there as well. It's just to entice these students, obviously. They do get to meet celebrities, am I correct?
They do get to meet celebrities. Is that what you're
That's right,
asking,
yeah. That's the
Rhoda?
question, yeah?
You know what? They do. We normally work as interns at the St. Oesterfees.
Yeah.
And at that festival, the festival actually makes sure that they get to know all the artists.
Wow.
They give them a program, and they have to go home and they have to study all those artists.
Wow.
That when they deal with them during the festival, that they know exactly who they're dealing with and what that person's credentials are.
Yeah.
So they rub shoulders with the right people, and we try and make sure that they can do that with confidence. That we send
Wow.
out a full-rounded student with confidence.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And Corbus, let's get
Because they
into it
don't-
because this
sorry,
is...
they don't only end up working in front of the cameras or on stage, they also end up in administrative positions like the Baxter Theatre, the CEO, Lara Foot. PA is one of our old girls, a lady called Laura de Vos. So it's not only performing and performance and drama, it's there's a serious side to it as well, and we're very proud of her.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, because I was going to ask you what opportunities are available for graduates and which you have touched on.
yeah.
Now, for this, and just sort of a quick yes or no, does the college assist with the internship process as well?
Not the college as such, but we as a department, we bring the students in touch with the industry as far as we possibly can. So the current staff, we make sure that they have their feet in two worlds, that they know what's happening in industry, that they know what's happening in the TVET sector, and that they bring the two parties together. So we try and facilitate that as far as we possibly can.
Yeah.
There are offers every now and then from the city of Cape Town, even from St. Oesterfees, which is Media 24. We've had students that ended up being corporate with a briefcase and a laptop and whatever.
Yeah.
So we try and put them in contact with possible internships, but we do not place them as such.
Okay.
No, but I like the thing is because you're putting in touch, which is
Good enough.
what we want. It's what we want. So, quick question, yes or no? Because people will recognize you straight away when they see your face. Are actresses and actors, are they born with a skill?
They're born with passion, absolute passion, and you actually feel the passion. It's a specific type of energy. So we audition them, of course, to enter the program. They've got to have matric and diploma exemption. But the minute a student walks through the door, you feel a different vibration, and that's the passion, and that is what's needed. I hope I'm answering you correctly.
No,
but
you are.
Definitely.
You are. No, you are absolutely doing it. Kobus, we could be talking to you for another 6 years. Make no mistake about that.
Definitely.
All the stories, can you imagine that? But Kobus Hanekom, thank you so much. Just quickly, how long is the course?
The course is over 2 years, and you exit with a diploma. a BTEC diploma that's recognized internationally. You can go to 4 UK universities, and they will, if you've passed your course with distinction, they will audition you and you can go into your second year at 4 UK universities.
Wow.
So it is really an international course.
Absolutely so. I like that. I like that. Kobus Hanekom, thank you so much for your
Thank
time on
you.
the Link Show. Thank you very much for your passion and sharing all the
Thank you,
information.
thank you.
Really, really appreciate it.
It's only a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely awesome.
Thanks a million.
That is Kobus Hanekom,
Wow.
so lecturer, performing arts, and of course, and you can hear what Kobus is talking about. But now,
yes.
firstly, and the thing he ended up saying right there at the end to your course. It really, really, really is international, and of
yeah.
course we always talk about proof of the pudding. You know, can you test it? Is it measurable? And it certainly
so true.
is.
It is.
And it certainly is. And this is a course that I know there's a huge amount of people that will be interested in that. And of course, the basis, the platform, the foundation it lays to further in that sector. So
Okay.
absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just want to go to the screen as well because we definitely got quite a bit of questions here. So Belakazi, we see your question and they definitely answering
Answered
there, yeah. And also Charlene February Mayer, good afternoon. So we see you watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. And yes, we see your questions is answered as well.
wow.
So we spoke to Eureka, we spoke to Thurlow, we spoke to Kobus, right? We want to talk next.
Yes, my favorites. And we're speaking to Andre. Is it Adri?
Adri.
Adri
Adri.
Bell. That's
Ah.
it. And it's got to do with clothing production.
Adri, good day. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Link Show. So we want to talk about that, exactly what she said, clothing and all of that. How are you doing?
Oh, well, thank you for the opportunity.
Excellent.
No, it is really great talking to you though, because we're talking clothing production, and I want to know if this is a national diploma. I almost want to say I just want to leave this to Rhoda, but let me quickly just give us an overview of the course, the expectations. You know, what is the course in clothing production all about?
Okay, so the clothing production is a certificate course offered here at Protea campus in Bellville. The admission requirements, you do need a matric or a level 4 qualification. It's a very hands-on qualification where we teach students how to design, how to make patterns, how to physically make the garments. We start really from the basics. So a lot of people, when they apply, they say, but I can't draw, I can't sew. We really start from the basics, and we end off where the students make a full range of clothing, and they also then do evening wear. It's a very exciting course. Our students are very passionate what they do, and we're the only TVET college in the Western Cape offering this course.
Only
Wow.
one. Wow, that is interesting.
And how long is this
done.
course?
The course is a 2-year course.
Wow.
So it covers a wide variety of subjects.
Yeah. So
After the 2 years, they will
Yeah.
then go 18 months into industry, and then they will apply for the in 6 diploma. So it's altogether 2 years studying at our campus and then 18 months in industry.
Oh,
and
wow.
and we've been very lucky with the 18 months. The seat are offered now to 30 students in our clothing department, an internship in the clothing industry, with of course with payment.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's good news. I
That's
like that word,
brilliant
payment. It's a very nice word.
So in addition to the above, obviously the courses that you had offered, is there any other opportunities that would be included? You know, like things that you guys do, shows, or, you know, make it quite interesting, obviously.
Yes, we often participate in fashion shows, exhibitions,
Okay.
competitions. So we really try to keep the students active, and they really enjoy when we have fashion shows. And we try to incorporate with other departments, with makeup. We even had a fashion show where we incorporated the drama department, where
Wow.
we showed the fashion, and we had the drama students participating.
Brilliant, brilliant.
And so it's a very practical and very theoretical course by the assumption. Now, let's break it down to the character of a person, you know, or attributes of a possible student that would want to apply for this. So who should apply for this kind of course?
The students that want to apply you should really have a passion for fashion, because it's
Passion for fashion.
the course. sometimes students think that persons think that if it's a practical course, it's easy, but it's really a hard work. My students always say, but why are they leave campus late in the afternoons, other students go home early, but because it's practical, it's a lot of work. So, and you must be, so I would say you must be creative. You must have a passion for fashion. You must give detail to detail. You must enjoy working with your hands. You must be a hard worker. But if you love what you are doing, it's easy and you enjoy it.
Can I just ask, probably just out of the blue, because back in the day, and I won't give my age away, I used to do needlework at school. So is there still a lot of needles involved where you prick your finger all the time?
We work with domestic, we do a little bit of hand stitches, but the emphasis is more on the domestic machine. But we also, in the first year, they work on domestic machines. And then in the second year, they work mostly on the industrial machines.
Okay.
So not a lot of hand stitches.
Oh, brilliant. And then obviously the big question, once I'm done with my course, employment, you know, in the fashion industry, you know, how do you go about finding employment?
We've got students all over the industry. We've got students at TFG, Levi, Edgar's.
Wow.
And one of the advantages of this course is that it includes entrepreneurship. So if you decide you don't want to work for a big company or even for a smaller, it's like a bridal company, you can start your own business. So we equip you with the knowledge to start your own business, to work from home.
Okay. So that's quite a bit of and a lot in terms of career opportunities. Now, when we look at all of that, I'm sure you must be sitting with just a whole heap of success stories, eh? If it is possible, can you maybe share one or two? I know I'm being naughty today on the Link Show, but I would like to know.
Yes, I didn't really want to emphasize just one student, but what I've done today, I've arranged one of our previous students, Nutemba. She's going she's here today, and she's going to share her experience of opening up her own business and all the challenges that she had. So you can hear it hands-on from her.
Okay, exactly. And she studied this course that you're talking about.
Correct. She was a student. She finished in 2016. So she's going to tell you about her story. That you hear it from their side too, not just from the teachers or the lecturers.
Yeah, that's what Rhoda likes doing that. She likes to measure and go, listen, we got to see if it's good. This is your little proof in the pudding moment. But Audrey, when it comes to this course, I mean, this course is in high demand. Is there any other thing that you would like to say to prospective students who's considering this and has got a huge interest, especially in clothing production, and maybe thinking of this course as a career path?
And the advantage of this course is that we have bursaries available. Wow. So like 90% of our students studies with the NSFAS bursaries. And we also supply all the basics to them, like their scissors, their toolkit, pattern equipment. So if you have a passion for fashion, you don't have the financial ability to study, and you can come and study at Northlink. So it's a wonderful opportunity for anybody that wants to go into the fashion industry, because we do supply the basics. We supply the sewing machine that you sew in class. And I just think it's a wonderful opportunity if that is the field that you want to go into, to study at Northlink.
Oh, thank you very much, Audrey, for all of that. Yeah, we like that, the passion for fashion. We're going to use that.
Love it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
It's only a pleasure.
Thank you. That is Audrey Bell, so with the clothing production. So, Rhoda, does sound like a very interesting course.
Very interesting course. And I think I need to emphasize this as well. If you look at all our fashion designers, and there's a lot of men out there that's brilliant fashion designers. So you know what? It's open to everyone. If you feel you can do that, go for it.
Yeah. And I like that course. It does sound exciting. I like the bit that you said you did needlework at school. And there's so much that is with it.
Oh yes,
There's
definitely.
But she did say, let's talk to a student. And
That's right.
And this is the part that you said, you know what, you got to measure it. And that is most certainly what we would like to do. So Notemba Bokozela is an alumni of Northlink. And she's joining us now on the Link Show. So this is going to be like some hard questions. No, I'm just joking. But definitely we want to find out more. Notemba, thank you so much for your time. Thank you very, very, very much for joining us on the Link Show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
No,
Brilliant,
absolutely
brilliant.
wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So you studied at Northlink, eh? When did this journey begin?
It began in 2015 when I was looking for college. And I applied in one of the universities, but I didn't have registration money, so I ended up. Northlink was my second option, though. So,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that I didn't have money for registration, so I ended up studying care.
Yeah.
So I started 2015 years.
Wow.
So Andre said to us, you studied clothing production. There is so much because, and it just needs to be said that you were a former student, a Northlink alumni, an entrepreneur. You started your own brand. You did all of this, and what year did you graduate again? Sorry,
2016.
2016.
Yes.
Is that when you graduated? I like that. So it was quick, and is it difficult? The course, is it difficult? Because Rhoda was talking about sticking fingers.
It's difficult, especially if you don't have passion for it. It's very difficult. But if you have passion for it, yeah, it can't be that difficult. So luckily I had experience and passion, so it was not that difficult for me.
So do you personally, do you think you were prepared for the world of work? You know, once you've studied and you've done this, I mean, I'm looking at you. I've actually just read up about you, but you started your own company and you got your own brand, which is in the fashion design. Your company name is Selwa Designs, am I correct?
Yes.
And you're situated in
yes.
Parklands, Cape Town. I mean, this is a massive achievement, you know. So were you prepared for this?
The Northlink prepared me because when I started studying, I didn't know how to make patterns. I was cutting freehand, so because we were doing lots of practicals and so it was easy for me to do my own company because now I had all the experience and I was working as well before I even started here, so I had a little bit of experience. So yeah,
Brilliant.
so it prepared me very well because we're doing all the
Excellent.
things like from theory to painting to drawing,
Wow.
cutting, and sewing. So
Yeah. So what you're saying, it sounds like what you're saying, what you learned in class in terms of the practicality, the theory, that's really aligned to what the industry demanded and what you
Yeah.
needed in order to start your business and do your work.
mhm.
So it's really hand in hand.
Yes, it is.
And I'm going to ask a naughty question because you've been asking naughty questions. So obviously I'm looking at all these courses that's being offered, the pattern making and the stitching and the sewing and so forth. What was your favorite subject?
It was clothing and fashion drawing.
Fashion. There we go.
Yeah.
A little artist in you there.
And
Yes.
just in general, when did you start your business straight after you finished your course, or did you first seek employment?
Did I start or first get employed? Okay, so I was employed before I started studying in Northlink.
Okay.
So I did when I graduated, then I went back to my work.
Yeah.
So yeah, after a year, and then I started doing my own company full time. So
Okay. Just in short, so I mean, everybody's got a reason why they would start a business, and we all got our reasons why. What was your reason, to start your own business?
I always wanted to be a business owner. So so I decided to do my own thing because I've been working for other people. I've been getting experience and all that. So my reason was to
Yeah.
sorry, to just do I have passion for fashion, so I wanted to send message out there, like what I like and what I believe in through fashion.
Yeah. I like that because it's a very creative thing. Now, did anybody guide you, help you? Was there somebody that you could speak to? I mean, it does sound like everything you learned at college is definitely aligned to some of the challenges, but was there extra support for you, like, even in a personal capacity?
Yes, I got a lot of support. I have mentor. I have my boss where I was working. I have my mom was also in this industry, and my lectures is also I got a lot of support.
I like that. Now, Tommy, let me ask you a naughty question because I'm going to forget that. So you get to dress all sorts of people, right? You've dressed any famous people?
A few.
Hey,
a
hey,
few.
leave it there. Let them wonder. Leave it there. Now, you started your company. The company is Selwa Designs. Where does the name come from?
It's a calabash. So it's something that you use. We put milk inside it, and then it transforms milk into sour milk. In rural areas, we use it a lot, and old people like the sour milk and taste so nice. So the slogan of Iselwa Designs is amalgamation of cultures. As I said, that I want to pass a message through fashion. So I want to amalgamate all the African cultures that we have and transform it into one person and into one into one thing, so that everyone like can wear their African clothes with confidence and and feel proud, because now it seems like people are adopting other cultures and they don't feel proud when they are wearing their own African cultures, African materials and stuff. So
Yeah, like that.
that's it, yeah.
When you look back, because it's not like you graduated 60,000 years ago. I mean, it's in a very short space of time. I mean, you've created a brand that is very, very amazing. You did your course, which obviously enabled you to do all of these things. When you talk to young people and or anybody for that matter, who's possibly thinking of studying exactly what you did, looking at your example, how easy is it to convince people to do that? I mean, you really proof of the pudding. I mean, it's exceptional, your achievements.
Well, it's not easy, but what I can say, it's easy because you have the idea. So it's easy to start, but the journey, it's not easy. So you just have to have passion, and then to make sure that you know what you want and just push and work hard and smart.
Yeah.
That's
And
brilliant.
looking at Northlink, got all the things that you've learned, I mean, you're always just going to be grateful for them, right?
Yes.
I just want to quickly touch on the Northlink one. I just wanted to give the students there, how was the experience actually at Northlink, you know, your journey?
And it was a great experience. It was a great experience because I was doing what I wanted to do, what I've I'm passionate. So it was a great experience.
Oh, I'm glad.
Absolutely wonderful. It is, Nothemba, it is so wonderful talking to you. But let's do this. If somebody want to get in touch with you, and where can they find out more about your designs and all the garments that you do quickly?
Okay, we have a page on Facebook. It's Iselwa Designs, and Instagram as well. It's also Iselwa Designs. Oh, and we have online shop. It's iselwa/designs.shopify.com. So,
Excellent.
Excellent.
and
Yes.
we are based in Woodstock, number 354 Albert Road. So
Absolutely awesome. Iselwa Designs. So, Nothemba Vokazela, thank you so much for talking to us. Thank you very much for taking the time out and being on the Link Show. We really appreciate your story. And just to showcase that you studied the course, you've done it, you've done
Good
all
example.
of it. And yeah, but you just have all the best success, and we just wish you everything of the best. Thank you so much for your time.
thank you.
Absolutely awesome. So there's the tema. That is the proof in the pudding.
That's the proof in the pudding, Dougal. That's exactly. And also experience that she had at Northlink. And this is the reason why, you need to go and study at Northlink. If you're into fashion, there we go.
Yeah, no, you certainly have to do it. Because we remember when we asked Adri, how is the success stories? And Adri said, well, hang on, we're going to talk to the student. and that is exactly what we did. Two things that she said. Everything designed in the course. She goes, look, you got a passion for it. And it's a creative thing. I mean, Audrey set it all up. If you like drawing, if you like designing, you like garments, you like fashion for that reason, and anything that sort of accompanies it with those traits, this is definitely a course for you to look at. Secondly, the things you learned. in class that you were taught as part of this qualification definitely aligns strongly with the industry as well.
Almost definitely, it does.
And you know, it's a huge credit, Rhoda, because it gave a young person, somebody, the effort and of course the steel to actually let's start a business.
Let's start a business. And especially today with entrepreneurs, you know, we want to encourage entrepreneurs and the opportunity to start your own business, which is exactly what she did, and taking a passion, because I mean, it has to come from somewhere. And the fact, obviously, the passion started, as you could hear, was from the time with her mother, because her mother used to do this.
Yeah.
So you know what?
And that's the central theme going through everything we spoke to today, and especially with the experts. So once again, thank you very much to all the experts we spoke to. We covered IT today, we covered sport, drama, when it came to clothing production, and you heard it firsthand as well there from our alumni from when once you spoke to Nortemba as well. So thank you very much for all the guests. Thank you very much to everybody for all the questions. I see there's a lot of questions that came in there as well, and a lot of greetings and a lot of houses. Mazi Kobele, we see you as well. Wishing you all the best, and thank you very much for watching. Rhoda, does that wrap it up from our side?
That wraps it up from our side, Dougal. It was very interesting. And you know why I love the Link Show? It's because of the fact that every Thursday we're giving you different options, different career choices that could suit you. Find your passion.
Yeah, no, we certainly would. So you got to watch next week, because if we haven't covered it, that's coming next week. It is that simple. Thank you very much for all our guests that we had. We spoke to Eureka, Thurlow, Kobus, Adri, as well as to Nortemba, and that wraps up this edition of The Link Show. From myself, Dougal, Rhoda, and Kevin. Until next time, cheers.
See you, bye.